R&B joint is like, you know how the women been going at the men and this and that. So it's our turn. But I'm gonna do it though because I feel as though a lot of men are scared. Or I don't know if they're scared, but they just ain't doing it. So I'm.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Galleria. I have Young D.
Nice to meet y'all. How you feel?
Good. How you feel?
I'm good. I'm feeling great.
Good. Today's a Monday. How was your Monday go?
I don't even want to explain, but I'm here.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So we got Young D. How long have you been doing music?
Professionally for probably like 9.5, 10 years, but I've been interested in it all my life. So, but professionally, like actually recording, maybe like 9, 10 years, something like that. Yeah.
What's your process when you record? Like, do you feel like you rather have just you in the studio, a couple people? Like, is it a lituation? Like, what's the vibe?
It's definitely not a lituation. I'm usually in the studio 90% of the time by myself. Like, if somebody come, that's a plus because I ask them like, oh, how does sound, whatever. But usually I'm by myself in the studio recording. Me and the engineer. That's about it. But I like when, like, I'm by myself, or I like being under pressure in the studio. So I like when it's like last minute. I feel like I get like the best work out when I'm under pressure.
Oh, that's first.
Yeah.
Cool. So I met you working for 88 in Miami.
Yeah.
And a group of us, we all was about to smoke hookah. And you were like, yeah, we want to listen to music too. And I was like, yeah, okay. He was like, you don't listen to no music.
Yeah.
And then when we started talking about the music that we all listen to, it was like, okay, cool. Like everybody was on the same vibe. What do you feel like is your like go-to or some of your favorite artists? Or like
I like that Rick Ross sound, that luxury music. I like Drake, of course, Fab. Anybody who got like some bars, of course, Wayne, my favorite rapper. But I like all music, but that's just my go-to music. Like I like to relax and stuff. I can like put together like, damn, you said that mean this, that, and third. So I like that type of music. But I listen to everything. I don't have no specific genre or nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you might get to call country music, like, you know.
Oh wow.
Because I'll be looking for samples and different things, so I'm tapped into everything.
Good point. Your beats, are you working with a bunch of different producers? Have you even thought about making your own beats? Or do you have maybe one that you favor? Like,
I got this one producer, he's like my brother, his name is Care Productions. We've been working together for a couple years now. I work with a lot of producers. I won't say I know how to produce, but I know how to put the beat together in my head.
Okay.
So if I take it to him, he can put it together off of what I'm telling him to do. So we shoot each other ideas all the time. Like, bro, what you think about this? Or I got this single for you. So yeah, he's who I've been working with for the past couple years.
Cool.
Yeah.
Who do people tell you sound like? Or similar to as far as
I always get Drake. I get Drake. I get Fab.
You give me Fab.
Yeah, I get Drake, Fab. One of my homies, he's always be like, "What's up, Kiss?" Like, Kiss. But other than that, it's like
that's
Drake,
a really good
Fab,
compliment.
And sometimes Kiss, yeah.
You also give me Davies. I told you that.
Oh yeah, Davies.
Sometimes
yeah,
you give me Davies. That's cool.
That's kind of like my lane right there.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. So this year, where are you at? Like, as far as your headspace as far as where you're taking music, because you dropped a few singles.
Yeah, so I'm trying to work on 2 projects at one time. One of them is called "Excuse Me for Being Toxic." That's an R&B joint, and then I want to work on another regular album. I don't have no name for it. I'm just recording. But the R&B joint is like, you know how the women been going at the men and this and that. So it's our turn. But I'm gonna do it though because I feel as though a lot of men are scared. Or I don't know if they're scared, but they just ain't doing it. So I'm gonna do it. It's called "Excuse Me for Being Toxic," and I did drop a single for that called "Look at You Playing Yourself." So I got that out, man. I got a couple other joints that's on the way.
Yes, that's cool. Yeah. What is it like working on 2 projects at once? Like, do you just kind of be?
I'll be back and forth. Like, I might be in the R&B mood, then I might be in the turn up mood, then I might just be in the I'm gonna drop a freestyle mood. But my goal every day, if I don't go to the studio every day, my goal is to at least write a song every day.
Right.
Or write a verse every day. I gotta do that, and then I'm cool.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Something else I wanted to touch on. Talk about relationships and how important that is for you. I feel like one thing that was like unique about you you have been like working your way up and moving around. I see you Gotti, I see you host Fat Joe.
Yeah.
What is it like being able to make those kind of small but big accomplishments so far?
I mean, it feels good, like just tapping into them. And I think relationships are important. You know, I think the relationship plays a big part in doing anything because you never know. You know, I think I forgot the term that they use, but relationships are real important in this music industry because you never know. It's not about what you know, it's who you know. That's the term I'm looking for. So I think it's real good, man. I like the relationships I got. And I always try to keep it genuine. I ain't never going in looking for nothing like that. Just showing people what I bring to the table, and I build upon that.
That's what's up. I'm gonna get into the singles that you dropped.
Okay.
You had "Buy It Again."
Yeah,
That's really hot. Like that's really jumping off. Talk about that single.
So "Buy It Again," I got this from a producer. I believe he's from the A. His name is Beat Demons. But the crazy thing is, I had the song for months because that's not my style of rap. So I've been planning for people. Well, every time I go to the studio, I play it and try to fix something. And the engineer like, bro, leave the song alone. So I gave it to the first DJ I gave it to was JP. He like, bro, you got one. Like, for real? He like, yeah. So he like been playing it. Then hella DJs would come to me like, bro, I need that song, sing that song. And crazy thing is, I put it on Apple Music and everything probably like 3 days ago, something like that. And I looked just now, and the stream was going crazy. I'm like, dang, like this never happened before.
That's cool.
And
that's
I
cool.
like
You
it.
didn't see it like.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, I like that. So
yeah.
I'm gonna push that record a little more.
That's cool. What do you feel like allowed you to gravitate to that?
That sound?
Yeah.
I don't know, cause I kept coming across the beat. Like I'm listening to the beat over and over again, and I can really make music like that, but it's just not my thing. So I'm like, let me give him something, cause everybody like, man, just give him something. I can rap however you want me to rap, but I just stick to my lane. So I did it, and I just started letting people hear it and hear it and hear it. And I had gave it to one of my uncles, and he texted me like, bro, that's it. He called me. He never called me about something.
Oh wow.
He was like, man, you rapping my life. Just let me burn my body again. I'm like, for real? And he's like, yeah, man, you need to push that. So I'm like, that say no more.
Love that.
Yeah.
And when was the last time you dropped an actual album? Because you have so much more. You have 1 and 2.
Yeah, one and two. So I dropped a bunch of mixtapes before that, but I never really like put them on platforms. So much more one was like the first joint I actually put on a platform. Then I had another tape that I gotta put back up there. And then I dropped so much more too around like November, December. I had an album release party and everything like that. And that was doing good. That was doing real well. So
that's cool.
I'm working on another project.
If for somebody who's never listened to them, what do you feel like the first one kind of represented, and what do you feel like the second one represented? I always wanted to ask artists that, especially when they're doing albums where the titles kind of carry into each other.
So much. The first, so much more. I was just talking about so much more to life than where everybody was like talking about and getting into. I was just letting them know like, bro, it's a different world out here. You don't just fully explain. Everybody just so boxed in. So the first, so much more. I was just experimenting, but it turned out to be good. I was just doing songs and putting these songs together. And at that time, I had my own studio, so I can just go in there and just do whatever I want. So much more too. I think it was kind of like growth. Cause I dropped so much more one in probably like 2017, 2018, and then the other one just coming out 2021. So my mind was different. I'm moving different. I'm thinking different. So much more too. I'm just giving a lot of people game on that, on what I'm doing and how I'm moving, how I'm living. So that's probably like the difference between each one.
That's cool. Speaking of last year, let's talk about the single we had with Asian Doll.
Yeah. That was a good song to me personally.
Yes, I think so too.
A lot of people like it. Yeah, so I had, my peoples was like, man, you need to get a feature on the tape, man. You gotta get somebody. So, everybody always go to the guys, like get the guys. I'm like, I was turning people down, like, I don't want to work with that person. Not that I didn't want to work with them, I just didn't.
But it wasn't the fit.
Yeah, so I just was on the gram, looking on Twitter. I kept seeing her name pop. I'm like, Asian Doll. Let me go listen to her. I'm like, damn, she fired. So I reached out to our manager. She was actually coming in town. We linked up.
Okay, cool.
Did proper business. The business was good, and she was
that's
really a dope artist.
Because it can get hard.
Yeah, like she was a great artist to work with. Like she would chill. She came in the studio. Some artists come in there, do their song, then they out of there. No, she was chill, relaxed, made videos, you know what I'm saying? Let us record her, so I was like, damn, that's tight. You don't get that a lot of artists. So. And I like the song. The song dope. I did the hook in my verse, and she did her verse like that. So I was like, dang.
That's cool.
Yeah, so shout out to Agent.
Yes. Do you feel like, well, first, do you have any other spoilers or artists that you're going to be working with in the projects coming up?
I don't know yet. I've been jotting people down, but it's like, I don't like to really go for the real big artists.
Yeah.
I like to just get somebody that's like, quote unquote, in my budget. You know what I'm saying?
But I feel like that's kind of the best way to do it.
Yeah, because you can build better with an artist that's coming up with you almost instead of a big artist. They already made it. They might just like sing your verse. Me, I want to go in the studio with you and connect with you and build that relationship. I ain't trying to get the $100,000 artist to send there because I might not even get to meet them. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather just go and get the people that I know I can like brush shoulders with and get to know and build relationships. You never know. Agent don't like reach out to me. Like I like the way he raps, so I do stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm trying to decide now who I want to put on. I'm gonna put somebody on there. I just don't know.
Yeah. Do you travel for music?
Yeah, I actually travel a lot by myself.
Cool.
Like I get on a flight quick. If I gotta be somewhere or do something with music, anybody who know me know I will go by myself. I've been to different cities by myself.
What's your favorite?
Favorite city? Cali. Of course, I had fun in Memphis. I've been to Memphis a couple times. I had fun. I've been to Atlanta to do music. I met Rick Ross up there. So I think Cali though. Cali's like that's lit stuff out there. In New York.
Okay. I think I want to go to New York.
Yeah.
Do some networking.
Yeah.
That's cool. So right now, as you mentioned again, you're working on your 2 projects. Are you still with your same producer, the guy you're really close with?
Yeah, I'm still with him. We got a Dropbox folder, so whenever you make a beat, you just put it in the Dropbox, and I just pick from there. We don't even do like quote unquote money things. We just work it out at the end of the day. We do it like that, so it won't be no type of problems. And when I had my studio, he was the engineer in my studio, and we did proper business. He's like my brother now.
Yeah.
He pick up the phone, call my mother, mom,
Love that.
and stuff like that. But there's some other producers I'm tapping in with, some from here, some not from here. I'm willing to work with anybody, so but he my go-to guy because he know me. He know my sound. He know how to record me, and we just got that relationship.
Yeah, I think you do really well at kind of like working your set and like you know, what are some things that you feel like are important when it comes to doing business in music?
Well, I'm learning this now. Gotta have your split sheets and stuff in order. You want to make sure everybody getting their share of the beat, your songwriting credit, and good management. If you have a manager, stuff, things like that. But I'm just learning like split sheets because I just got into a situation. And they was telling me, bro, you gotta have this, make sure you're publishing right so you get paid properly off your music. So I think that's very important now that I know. At first I was like blind to it. I knew how to do good business, handshake wise and stuff like that. I was a small contract, but now I really know. I'm starting to learn the business, and I'm learning that it's 90% business and 10% music. So yeah, I think that's very important.
What were some aspects that changed when you made that switch into taking music professionally?
I don't know. That's a tough question right there. I don't know. We gotta come back to that.
Okay.
That's a tough one right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe probably at least just putting more time in.
Yeah, that. And I move different too. Like when I'm taking it professionally because rap is a dangerous job, whether you know it or not. But definitely that, and I definitely put a lot of time. And people don't see the work I put in because I don't post everything, but I'm in the studio 90% of the time, or I'm writing, or something to do with music. But I'm just not. I'm so humble and laid back. I need to open up a little bit more so people can figure out who I am. So I'm just starting to do little things now. Yeah, definitely putting time in.
That's cool. Who do you feel like, or how would you describe yourself when you are, like, you're rapping or you're on a song, like, what are some things that you feel like, or some aspects that would describe who you are as a rapper? The things that are different from who you are as a regular person.
So as a regular person, I'm more like laid back, chill. I might not even talk to you. You know what I'm saying? You might gotta get around me a little bit for me to open up and talk to you, or you might gotta be with somebody I know, and they be like, you know, this such and such, they cool. But as a rapper, I feel as though that's my job. I'm going to work, so I'm gonna open up. I'm gonna be friendly. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna network. You might get a laugh out of me, a different side. So they the two things right there. If you catch me in the studio, you come to the studio, I'm coming out there. I might be like, yo, stop the tape. How does it sound? And I might not even know you. You know, people done walked into my studio sessions that I didn't even know. And I'd be like, bro, ask them how this sounds. So you'll get that out of me, but other than that, I'd be like, but I ain't really talking to nobody. I ain't really, you know what I'm saying, chilling. So that's the difference right there. Well, when you get to know me, as I feel, a cool, genuine person.
Yeah.
You just gotta get to know me.
That's cool. You mentioned that you make music like Drake.
Yeah.
Are you a lover boy?
Of course. Certified. Of course.
I love it.
Yeah.
Certified.
Yeah.
So another song I wanted to ask you about was Toxic. That was a feature.
A feature, yeah, I did.
Yes.
That.
How was it doing that feature?
That was dope. That's my man, Don Cuz. He a good R&B singer. I actually had him on my tape, so he hit me up. It was like a swap. We swapped it out.
Okay.
He hit me for to come in there, and his album was called Toxic, or I can't remember the name of the album. So, bro, don't be mad at me, but it's dope. It's a dope album, and
He was really singing. That was like what caught my attention. I'm like, dang. I was like, what?
He can really sing. Like he can really sing. We about to do something else too, but that was dope. So what I do is like once I heard the song, and I was like, damn. Sometimes I take people's situations that they tell me, and I put in the song. I won't say no names.
Right.
I'll flip it, but
Yeah.
I'll put in the song and do certain stuff. And that verse just like kind of like came to me. Or sometimes I just think about stuff and I was like, well, I'm already on a excuse me for being toxic vibe. So
that's why I asked, because I was like,
yeah. Well, I told him once he told me, I was like, dang, my next tape coming up is gonna be excuse me for being toxic. So yeah, I like that song. I ain't gonna lie. I love that's one of my favorites. Yeah,
I like that song.
That song crazy. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So you talk about you coming up.
Okay.
Were you ever influenced musically by anybody in your childhood, anybody in your family, or do you feel like you kind of took on your own, like you know, as far as what you listen to and what you like?
Like far as like listening to music, my grandfather was like a big music connoisseur. Like at his house right now, he got a lot of records. He used to play oldie but goodies in the car, and me, I always been into music. Like I like Michael Jackson, Jodeci. When I was probably like 4 or 5, I had Bell Biv DeVoe.
Oh wow!
Yeah, like I really went into it. Like my mom used to be like, "Boy, you sing Jodeci all day." So I really love music. Like I tapped into. I love Whitney Houston. I love all the older people. So it just kind of like groomed me to make music. I know when a beat is good. I just got that feeling. I just know. So since a youngin', I've been into dance and all types of stuff. All types of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Any like really young artists or anybody really, upcoming artists period, if you could give them any piece of advice, what would it be?
If you're really into it, take it serious. Don't do it just because you know it's a trend. Because that means you don't really have your heart into it. Like for example, I was talking to my daughter yesterday, and she was like, my daughter can sing a little bit, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna take to the studio, this and the third. And she told me yesterday, like, Daddy, I want to be an artist, like a painter. Right? She like, I can sing, but my passion is not music. So I'm like, all right, well, I won't force you to do that, but whatever you want to do, I'm gonna back you 100%. So just to go back to what you're saying, if you really love it, just put your heart into it. It's gonna pop. Don't quit, because the day that you quit might be the day that you get in. And that's with me. Sometimes I be like, man, it take a lot of work, but you know you're gonna get hurt. So just stay focused and stay at it.
Yeah. That's interesting you say that, because definitely people who have the passion don't have the talent.
Yeah.
Some people who have the talent don't have the passion.
Yeah.
Like,
And that's how it be. You'll get somebody who really don't even like to rap, but they'll start rapping and it'll work for them. You know what I'm saying? You got a person who really knows how to do it, and they won't even put, you know, their best effort to go in and do it. It might take off for them. So I feel as though like you got it, and you do it really well. Do it, you never know. It don't hurt to try.
Yeah.
So try it out. Whatever it is, I don't got the music, but whatever it is, just try it out.
Is there anything else that you tried to pursue before and you was like, oh, that's not for me?
You know, coming up, everybody want to be a basketball player. So
Okay, trust
I used to be always basketball player. I might be at the basketball court all day. You know what I'm saying? When I'm going to the NBA, I don't care what nobody say. I'm going, even if they gotta come get me from right here. So that was my thing. And to this day, I still think like I'll talk trash to anybody. You can't beat me. But that's the confidence you gotta have. So
Yeah.
I always was like, yeah, basketball. That's gonna be. But then the music just started, you know, just gradually coming back into I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna rap.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of my friends, he was always rapping anyway. And he used to be in high school, he used to be battling people. I never say nothing. But I just be sitting there and I used to be sounding like, no, I'm really nice, bro. He's great. Man, go ahead.
Before you've been working on your music for some time now.
Mhm.
Where do you have any stories or like moments where you felt like it was confirmation and like or something else that pushed you to keep going even further? Like maybe even at a time when you felt like, I don't know, it's a hard week. I don't know if I want to do music or.
Yeah, I always go through that. I be going through all type of emotions when it comes to music. Sometimes you feel like you don't get the support you deserve or something like that. So you be like, man, I'm ready to chill and do something else. But that's just your mind playing tricks on you. So it's like you gotta keep going. I always come to a point where I'll be like, all right, bro. But I learned this too. I think like last week, this so I took like just a little mental break, like a whole week, and I learned that sometimes I be pouring into so many other people that I don't really focus on myself. I need to get back into focusing on my music and what I really love to do. So yeah, it do come a time where you be like, man, this is really overwhelming. But me, I ain't gonna quit. I say it a million times, like I'm over it. Like you know what I'm saying, I'm done with it. But I be like, man, you done came this far.
You came really far.
To give up, like you might be at the end of the race, bro. So you gonna give up and let somebody pass you? Like nah. So I let it just run through my mind and I just like, all right, bad, I'm going back to work. You know what I'm saying? That's how I am.
Let's go back. When you posted Fat Joe, how did that conversation come about?
So it was weird because somebody from his team had hit me up and was like, yo, that's some new song you posted fire. Talking about buy it again.
That's crazy.
So I'm like, all right, thank you. You know, appreciate it. And then they like, they started asking me questions about music, this and the third. I'm like, but just talking to me because you get so many weird DMs and stuff like that. So I'm kind of on the fence. They like, we part of Fat Joe team or whatever. Like, we're gonna call you when we get in the studio. So I told Robbie, like, bro, they said they're gonna call me or whatever. I'm bringing somebody up tour, the phone ring.
Yeah.
Fat Joe like, yo, what's good?
That's
I told Robbie like,
I would have fainted.
So
that's
yeah.
what's up though. That's cool.
So,
and he's hard to impress.
Right.
I watched I can't remember what show it was, but it was basically like a talent kind of show.
Yeah.
Cardi is a judge, he was a judge. It was like a couple of New York kids. And he was like, no, I ain't feeling none of it. Like crowd was going crazy, like, ah.
Yeah, I think
he like
the crazy part about it is I think that he DM'd me before too. I think.
Wow, he probably did.
I think so. Let me see if I
On that show, he was so hard to please. I was like, oh my, you gotta bring
Look at
it.
that. See?
January 29th.
And I just
And he really did DM you.
So I'm like,
Wow, I can attest. I saw the DM, Fat Joe DM him.
so I'm
That's
like,
cool.
Yeah, so
That's
yeah.
cool.
It was shocking though. I straight
Yeah.
showed Robbie on the phone. Fat Joe was right there.
Yeah, he, like I said, he's hard to impress, but I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, with social media and all of these new artists coming up so quickly, it's nice to know that you still have OGs, like still
really
being
tap
like,
in.
And again, that's your lane for real.
That's
Because
my
he's a OG.
He can really rap.
He's like, when he was rapping back in the
Yeah.
day, he was on.
And I can tap into that lane. Like I can really like. I like all the music, but I like when you rap. I'm like, damn, yo, nice because it takes time to really put certain bars together instead of just going in and punching anything and saying anything. It's funny, you know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem with it, but I like to really like. I like when people call me and be like, bro, you know what you said? And I'm like, I know what I said. Do you understand what I said?
It's nice that they catch that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you write more than you just kind of get in the studio and go?
Yeah, so it depends. Like I do write a lot, but I might stop writing because I don't have nothing else to say, and I go in the studio and just go off the top after that. Like so, say if I write one verse in the house, but I can't get the other verse how I want it, and I already got the hook and everything, I do that one verse, and then I just go to the studio and do the other verse off the top of my head.
Mm.
So, but like I said before, under pressure though, I come up with my best verses.
Best
Like
stuff.
when I'm recording and I know that the studio time is almost up, I'm gonna give you the best verse of my life.
Mm.
Because I don't like to waste no time, so it's
That's
like
what's up.
I'm gonna give you that fire right then and there. So I always do that.
I'm even thinking this is it's kicking off really good for you.
Yeah.
Because that was January, and in the beginning of January, you were played on the radio.
Yes. Say something. A DJ had hit me up and played on the radio, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
So things don't happen for me back to back, but they happen, and then there's always like something big. It'd be like
That's cool.
a good thing. So I take that.
Those are meant to keep
yeah.
you going.
Yeah. But I just gotta like my people was always telling me like, man, you gotta take it and run with it. You might take it and chill, like, all right, just have it, relax. But no, you gotta take everything and just run with it. You know, it's entertainment. Sometimes I'm like, man, I ain't into all that, man. You know, that's why I'm learning now that it's entertainment. You gotta show your face. People wanna like buy into your lifestyle, so you gotta show off a little bit. You gotta do certain things. So that's why I'm at with it now. Like, all right, I get it. Yeah.
So do you feel like you're into fashion?
Yeah, I like fashion. Like me nowadays, I'm more like laid back with it. But when I was like in high school and stuff, I was really into like design, trying to get this certain things, Pradas and all that. Now I'll be like, man, I put on whatever oversized tee, something like that. But I'm gonna spend my money inside the studio, or I'm gonna go invest in something before all that other stuff come. But I definitely be into all of us, like all of the whole outdoor family.
Yeah.
We be into it. Like we always.
That's why I asked.
Yeah, like, yo, how does look on you? Like, how does look? And we always competing, like, who taught you how to dress? Like, you know what I'm saying? We always go through that. All of us, me and they arguing all the time. Like, who taught you this? Who taught you that?
That's cool. Talk a little bit about, your circle and friendly competition and how it pushes you and how they motivate you.
Yeah, everybody's friendly competition. Like, even when I see my brothers get ahead of me, it don't make me jealous. It's like, well, I gotta go on my grind because you're doing this, you're doing that. I gotta be doing this. It don't look right. You know what I'm saying? They can't be Lambo, Bentley, and I'm in a Mazda. Now I gotta go get the Ferrari. You know what I'm saying? So I can be with my bros. So it's all good. There's no beefing within the crew. We get mad at each other. Of course, everybody be like, man, how mad you did this? But it's all love, it's all family, and everybody gonna build each other up. If somebody got an opportunity for somebody, everybody gonna build each other up to do something. And then what I like about it is no yes men. You know what I'm saying?
Love that. Need that.
There's no yes men around us. Nobody's doing none of that yes men stuff around us at all.
That for sure.
Yeah.
So something else I wanted to ask you, right? We live here in Baltimore.
Yeah.
The Baltimore Sound. What is your take on it?
Baltimore Sound. I think it's really good. I think that if Baltimore really sticks to that sound and stop swaying away from it, we really could take over. Because I feel as though their eyes are on the city. You got certain people who got one foot in the door. You know what I'm saying? They just you know how Atlanta has their sound, New York has their sound, Cali has their sound. We need to stamp our sound so that way we can build our own thing. Everybody has their sound, even down to Memphis, Florida. Everybody has that one sound that they go to. Then you can branch off. But I think the city looking good though. I know every artist out here is shining in their own type of way, got some type of situation, deals or whatever. So it definitely looked good, and it took a long time, but
it took a while.
we hit. I feel so we look good.
How do you even feel about the dance side of it? Because with Drake's recent album, everyone's talking about how they feel that he is in some way paying tribute to Baltimore club music and dance.
The funny part about it, that's our sound. You know what I'm saying? Like, if people really took on that, I think they kind of like scared. But other artists, they love that. Look, like, if you know, like DJ Class.
Yeah.
Because I'm the shit.
Yeah.
Kanye West is on the
That's literally Kanye. Yeah.
He's on the joint.
I remember being confused. Like, I was probably in middle school when they came out, and I remember being confused. Like, this is a Baltimore song, but it's Kanye. Like, I remember having that thought. And
DJ Class, Kanye West jumped on the song. So our sound, like, other people will love our sound. Like, for example, Drake has the sample of Rah Rah on the song. So people, man, you'd be surprised. They love Baltimore. Everywhere I go, they be like, "We're from Baltimore." They love us. So if we tap into what our sound, our roots, we'll really take off. Like, we'll really take off.
I agree. Who are some of your local favorites?
I don't want to name nobody because I don't want to leave nobody out.
Okay.
But I like everybody everybody. I listen
Okay.
to everybody. Like, if I come across it, I listen to it. I like what they talking about. So basically everybody, because everybody got their own unique flow and everything they bring to the table. And I don't want to say nobody.
I agree. Actually, now that you say that, I think everybody really is unique.
Yeah, they're unique in their own way. And I don't want to be like, oh, such and such, name 5 people. And they be like, oh, you forgot me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to do that. Everybody, if I rock with you, you know. You know. So yeah, I do want to say shout out to my man Lil Zach though. He like, that's my guy. So I got to shout him out. You know, I got to shout him out. That's my guy. But everybody else, if you know, you know, man. And I think everybody's doing an excellent job with what they're doing, down to the visuals, the songs, the promos, the teams. And I'm starting to see a lot of artists being booked here, so that's great. Like, you know what I'm saying? Doing walkthroughs in clubs, getting paid to get on big shows. Shout out to everybody.
Yeah. And you also work with Off Tour. Talk about that. Talk about your relationship with Dovell.
I hate it. Say that. They my guys. They my guys. Dovell and Robbie. You know Robbie, my cousin.
Yes.
So and Dovell family as well. I've been around them guys for years, my whole life, damn near. So it's fun working with each other. We me and Dovell used to talk about this on the phone years ago, like 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. We talking about like what can we do to get out. We know we got the music, the clothes, and I'm gonna let him share his side of the story how Off Tour was built. But if you think about Off Tour, I'm gonna let him share his side of the story. I don't wanna, you know what I'm saying.
But it's nice that y'all do have all of these pieces. You coming in with the music pieces, just like,
That was
amazing.
the goal. That was the goal when we used to talk about it. It used to be like, yo, if you get on first, I just put Joe in position. If he get on first, he just put me in position. And we still working, so the clothes and the music go hand in hand because he can take somebody's clothes and be like, oh, my dog right here rap. Why?
That's how a lot of these, partnerships and deals and everything get started.
Yeah, and me, I always like to go to the mall and get whatever I want. But why not wear my Dove stuff? Because you never know who I bump into or who I'm around.
You never know.
And they be like, who's that? I'll give pieces to anybody. And he wouldn't mind because he's like, bro,
it's the word.
That's what we're trying to do. So shout out to Off Tour, Robbie, Off Tour, Dovell. It's a whole bunch of us. So,
yeah.
Truly
is. What do you like to do for fun? I know what you like to do for fun, but
I like to turn up. Take shots, have fun, smoke hookah. Everybody know I love hookah. Everybody. Other than that, I'm chilling, laid back.
Actually, I blame y'all for my love for hookah.
For real?
Yeah. After Miami, it was like it got bad.
Yeah.
Like I want hookah every week.
That's all we do. Me, Robbie, James. You know, we be fiending for it. We'd get up and go eat and be like, yo, bring a hookah. We gotta get a hookah to the table. So yeah, everybody know we love hookah. Hookah's in the store.
Oh wow!
So everybody know we love hookah.
That's hilarious. Yeah. I also am starting to feel like that can be a part of Baltimore culture.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in other cities they do hookah.
Yeah.
Atlanta does hookah, but
Atlanta, I think
Baltimore is like, I want one, he wants one.
Yeah.
Because we did when we were in Charlotte. And they had like 8 hookahs in the club, and we was like, that's a big problem.
Everybody want their own hookah. Everybody want their own hookah. Like nobody really trying to pass it. Like if you cool, then they might just swing.
Then it be like here.
Yeah, like you really ain't trying to pass it. But yeah, hookah. If you got a hookah business, it's a gold mine right now because a lot of people don't even want to come to the clubs if you don't have it.
You don't have a hookah.
Yeah, so I love hookah. Everybody knows that.
That's true.
Yeah.
So what are some things you have, like I know you had the 2 projects coming up. Are they going to be like summer projects, winter projects? You don't know yet?
I think the Excuse Me for Being Toxic might come out like top of September because it's really only like 7 songs and I got a lot of R&B songs recorded. I just got to pick which ones. Other ones going to probably come around my usual time. I drop like November, December. You know, when it's cold, because I'm cold, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
so that's when I like to drop around that time. I always try to keep it around the same time so people know like, oh, it's getting cold, he's coming. So whenever I come up with a title, I don't want to do so much more 3. I want to come up with something different. So.
Yeah. And
I already got songs recorded. I got my email is full of material. Yeah, so. But Excuse Me for Being Toxic is September, probably top of September.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you do also like Brent Faiyaz, right?
Yeah.
Did you listen to the last album?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Like me, I like to listen to it either in the house or in the car, so I can really consume it. I can't really put headphones in and be somewhere
else.
or where there's a
stuff.
whole bunch of people and we trying to listen to it. I really need to like consume it because people will tell you an album good and it don't be. Or some people say an album bad and then it be really good. So
It be
I gotta
really
give, I gotta
good.
give my own opinion on this.
I always gotta get my own opinion.
And I feel like every song, one of my old engineers used to tell me like, if your song passes the car check, you know, you good. So I always listen to it in the car and just be chilling. And if I can ride loud to it, I'm like, yeah, this is good. This is definitely good. Yeah.
I can't think who else is supposed to be dropping this year, but it was nice to get the Drake piece. And
Yeah,
the
Drake. I think Drake
follow.
gonna drop again. I'm looking forward to see what Baby gonna do.
Baby going hard right now.
Yeah,
Them singles is banging.
I tap into a lot of artists though. I don't know if you ever heard of Benny the Butcher and
Yes.
I like them guys. I want to see Ross come. It's a whole bunch of artists I want to see like just drop. Khaled about to drop, so I know he's gonna go crazy. So, and I'm looking forward to another Jay-Z album.
Oh really? You
Yeah.
think that's coming?
I think so. Hope sneaky, so
He is sneaky.
yeah.
I
think that's coming. So I'm looking forward to a couple artists dropping.
That's cool. As I mentioned, you had a good start, January 2022. What are some goals you had this year?
I want to do some shows. I want to touch some stages, and I feel like Body Game can put me in that position because the way that people are gravitating to the song, I'm like, wow. So I feel like I can do some club appearances or some walkthroughs.
Right.
I think that can happen for me in the next couple months. With that, I definitely want to brush shoulders with a lot of artists, do some features and things like that. And my main goals right now, just get my voice and my name a little bit more heard. So that's what I'm working on now. You know, and turn my social medias up. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do that.
I had to do the same.
Yeah, people always tell me like, bro, you
people
gotta,
tell me that all the time.
get into that artist mode. You know what I'm saying? You can't be scared. Post every day. Like I might not post. So that's what I'm working on now.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Do you have a team? Are you building a team?
My guys is my team. You know, my girl is supportive of me. My mom won't back me. My daughter is like, she be knowing the songs I don't even think she knows. So she definitely in the team. Like I feel as though everybody around me plays a big part, and they know they know how much I'm into it and how much I'm working and everything like that. And they always push me. If I really need help, they're gonna help me. I don't really ask anybody for anything.
Right.
But if I really need it, I know that people will help me. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Well, thank you so much
No problem.
for allowing me to interview you. This has truly been a pleasure. You are so cool.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right. And we out.